You are watching Content with Candace. In today's video, we're going to talk handbag features. I notice sometimes it's not a topic that's often talked about, but I think it's important that we let the handbag manufacturers know what we like in our handbags. So guys, this of course will be based on my opinion. And if you have some other suggestions or comments, please type your comments in the comment box below. If you like this type of content, please like, comment, and subscribe. And please share the video with those who you know will enjoy the content as well. Okay, you guys, let's get into it. Today's topic in our Bag Talk series, our first premier topic of today, we will be talking about the best handbag features. Now, keep in mind, I generated this list based on my experience in dealing and carrying handbags and the things that I believe I need in a good handbag. So if you have additional insight into this, because I'm sure there's some things I may have left from this list, so please add your comments in the comment box below. I welcome that, okay? Because I'm sure you probably may have something to add as well to my list, okay? So one of the first things I want to talk about is the best feature that I believe is a good feature in a handbag is a zipper closure. A zipper closure, there's nothing worse to me than having an open bag with no security. You will see me from time to time look down at my notes because I want to make sure I cover everything carefully that I want to cover in today's talk session, okay? So I welcome you to talk in the comments below. There's nothing worse than having a bag with no security. I know you could buy an open bag and put a bag organizer in it, but my thinking is if the bag was made initially to cover my contents and to secure my contents in the way that I wanted it to, then I wouldn't have to invest in additional bag organizers. I would only need to invest in the handbag. And so that means that that business will make the money off the sale of that bag, okay? There's nothing wrong with bag organizers. In fact, I am not talking against bag organizers. However, because they do serve their purpose. So this is not a video to talk anti-bag organizers. I'm simply just talking about some great features that will be in handbags that will be most helpful for ladies carrying handbags or gentlemen carrying bags or anyone who chooses to carry a handbag, okay? So the first thing I think would be a good feature, now we're going to first talk about closures. There's three top closures that I want to talk about today. Once we talk about closures, then we'll talk about the space for the contents, and then we'll get into pockets. So let's go ahead and let's talk about closures. There are three closures that I believe are the top three. Now, we have the zipper closure, we have a turn lock closure, and we have the magnetic closure. Now, I did struggle with putting the turn lock closure as number one because I do like the mechanics of the turn lock closure, but at the same time, I do like the fact that the zipper closure secures the items when it is secured from end to end. Let me give you an example and show you what I'm talking about. This is one of my Brunham handbags that I feature on my channel. And as you can see, it has a zipper closure and it secures the contents from end to end, which means that inside this bag, nothing can fall out of the bag. It is totally secure until you unzip it. Now, some brands have zippers that slide a little more easily than other brands, but I wanted you to talk about the security on this bag, okay? When I zip this bag, my bag is secure. I don't have to worry about items falling out. I've been riding in my car, you guys, and if I have my bag open and the items are not secure and I make a sudden stop at the stoplight, or I may have to suddenly stop behind someone because they suddenly stopped in front of me, I need security. So that's why under closures, zipper was listed as number 1, because when that bag topples over and hits the floor on your dash in your car, then you have security. You don't have those items falling out. There's been occasions when I've had my bag unzipped and it was like an open bag or an open tote, and those items fall out and they hit the floor and they go everywhere. Okay, so that's why I said the top closure is a zipper closure, a good zipper closure, not a flimsy zipper closure. You want a closure that's strong and that's sturdy and that's gonna last and last and last, and that will hold up to you zipping and unzipping the bag. Let me give you an example of a strong, sturdy closure. This is the Patricia Legacy handbag that I have in my collection, and if you open this flap, you will see an example of a strong zipper closure. I mean, I can zip this for days and it never skips a beat. It never stops, okay? We want quality in our handbags. We want closures that close and that hold up and last and last and last. Even if it's a bag that we are not planning to keep in our collection for a lifetime, we want to be able to sell or give or pass it on quality to someone else, okay? So zipper closure would be one of the top closures in bag features, okay? So we want a strong zipper closure for the reason that all items are secure. Now, there are some zipper closures that you zip and the items are not secure. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the closure where the bag closes from end to end. Let me give you another example. This tote. This is my Coach tote for work. I carry it. It has a secure zipper closure. Okay? So you can see here, this tote has a secure zipper closure. It goes from end to end. Okay? Zip and unzip. Once you seal that zipper, you can't see the contents inside, and everything is safe and secure on the inside of the bag, okay? Another closure that I really like, and that's why they made my top 3 closures, and actually I like all of these closures, but the ones that are in place 1 and 2 are my most favorite, okay? Of course, because they are 1 and 2. 3 is the least favorite of the first and second, but they're all great closures. But another closure that I really like is the turn lock closure. Let me show you an example of the turn lock closure. This is one of my Coach handbags in my collection, and this is a turn lock closure. Notice this metal is heavy. This metal is heavy. It is not so heavy where it makes the bag heavy, but it's just enough, you guys. And you can see that it's made with quality, okay? This is no junk, okay? So this is a sturdy turn lock closure, but it also secures the bag. Now, the only reason why I did not put the turn lock closure as 1, because as you can see, even in this bag, you have some open spaces, which still leaves room for things to fall out and slip out of there. But I love a turn lock closure because I feel that my items are secure, okay? A lot of times, a lot of people say, well, I live in a great neighborhood. I don't need my bag to be secure. I'm not worried about no one. But I'm not talking about where you live. When I talk about security, I'm talking about keeping my contents inside my bag. For example, when I'm driving down the street, or let's just say I have to stop suddenly, like I said earlier, stuff falls and hits the floor. That has happened to me on numerous occasions. And so I had to remember to close my bag, or maybe I left it unzipped for some reason. That happens, you know. That's the kind of security that I'm speaking about in this video, okay? Of course, you can also look at it as being secure as if when you're on the street somewhere, maybe you're in a different community, a different city, or different area that you're normally not in, and it's more secure for your items to keep anyone from lifting those items out of your handbag. Okay, so that you can think of it that way as well. But I'm mostly speaking in this video about keeping your items secure inside the bag. Okay, so let me give you an example of another turn lock closure. This is the Marley bag, and as you can see, it has a turn lock as well, the Coach Marley. You know, well made. You can feel the quality, and it's a nice turn lock, and the items are secure in the bag. So if it fell over on the seat, then you wouldn't have to be concerned about items falling out the bag. This is my vintage handbag as well. A lot of the vintage Coach handbags have some of the best turn locks on them. These actually, you know, can be replaced. They don't have screws, but that's the way they used to make them, where you can pull them out and clean and put them back on there and replace them. Security. So, well made turn lock closure. Keeps your items on the inside secure so that nothing falls out of the bag. So we've covered so far the zipper closure. We talked about the zipper needing to be a sturdy zipper and not a flimsy zipper. And it needs to be easy to close. It shouldn't get off track. It should be able to stand up as long as you have on that bag. Okay. And then we also spoke about the turn lock closure. Personally, I like the ease and I like the look of the turn lock closure better. I just like flat bag with a turn lock closure. But I like the zipper better as far as keeping the items more secure, if that makes sense. I almost want to put them in the same place, you know, and not have 3 categories of closures, but have 2 categories of closures, okay? So let's go to the next category of closures. The third category closure would be a magnetic closure. This is my YSL medium Lulu, and it has a magnetic closure. Now, they have updated the bags to where the magnetic closures are not as hard to get on and off, but the correct way would be to take it off like this. In fact, it's light. It's almost too light for me. I kind of prefer the old way because then I knew how to put your palm underneath and then lift, and that protects your leather on the top and on the bottom. It's secure enough, as you guys can see, to where it shouldn't pop open when you close it the correct way. When you open and close when you close the bag. So that's why I put this as number 3, because sometimes magnetic closures, depending on how many items you have in your bag, they will pop open on you. So, of course, with a good zipper closure, that's why that's number 1. You don't have to worry about that. Turn lock closure can turn open, of course. Magnetic closures, to me, they will have the least security out of all 3, okay? But that's the third category that I listed as closures for handbags, okay? That I prefer for as far as security reasons, okay? And as you can see, this bag, I mean, it's very little. You would have to turn kind of like this to the side to get things out of this size of this bag here. It's pretty secure. Closure's pretty secure, but it's not like it used to be when they first started making the YSL medium Lulu. In fact, they just recently changed this. This last item I got, I will be making a video to give you some more details on this YSL medium Lulu. But this is the last one that I ended up ordering off the website. And the closure is different. It's a little different on this one, okay? Of course, it also has zippers on the inside as well. Pockets on the inside as well, okay? So zippers are number 1, okay? So let's review. Okay, best features on a bag. Zippers are closures. We have the zipper closure. We have the turn lock closure. And last but not least, we have the magnetic closure. So magnetic closures are pretty new to my collection because YSL, a lot of their bags have magnetic closures. For a long time, I've used mostly zipper and also turn lock closures as well. Okay, so let's go on to the next category. So our next category will be for the best handbag feature. We've talked about closures. Like I said, please comment in the comment box if you feel that there's another type of closure that offers security. Let's talk about adequate space for contents, okay? So our contents, we want our contents to be secure, okay? When you're carrying your bag around, you want your contents to have enough space. Most people don't want to carry a bag. You don't want to carry a bag and you don't have enough space to carry your items in that bag. You want your bag, you want to be able to comfortably get your items in and out of the bag and still have space left over in the bag, okay? Pet peeve of mine, I don't like putting items in my bag and having to stack items on top and then take items out of the bag to get them out. Every bag I carry, I want to have space left over in the bag so that they will be in there comfortably so that I can see when I open the bag and I can reach in the bag and pull out those items, okay? Now, I'm just going to give you an example because, of course, this is the bag I'm currently carrying right now. It's the Louis Vuitton Victoire, and I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly. This is just an example. I'm going to use this bag to show you an example of how my items are in the bag and just so you can see the amount of space that's left over in the bag. I like to be able to see what I'm pulling out and I have to search, if that makes sense, okay? Where's my this? Where's my hand sanitizer? Where's my that? I don't want to have to do that, okay? So I want to be able to see what I'm pulling out of my bag, okay? This is the Louis Vuitton Victoire, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but this bag, I want to just use it to show you the inside and how my contents are in the bag. Okay, as you can see, everything is in there. I don't have any things on top to move around or take out. You know, for me, it's a little bit of an inconvenience. You know, I got to take out one item and hold it to get to another item. I just simply get to go in, whatever I want to grab. Let me just grab something out so you can see what I'm talking about. Whatever I want to grab, I just grab it. And then when I'm finished with it, I can just put it back in. Now, this bag could hold more, but, you know, I really like taking care of my items, so I don't want to overdo it, you know. So I just put in, that's why you have to make sure the bag has adequate space to hold your items, okay? Because when you overstuff your bags, now if you plan on keeping it a lifetime, then that may not be an issue for you. But when you overstuff your bags, you wear them down faster. And I just personally like to take care of my items. You know, I don't like overstuffing my bags. I don't want the sides to look all wonky. I want the sides to look like they're supposed to look. So, you know, I just like having space left over in the bag. And so that's why I have a tendency to lean toward bags that are either medium bags, I guess you would say, or a small, large bag is what I like to call it. Because I'm not going to carry around a tote as my handbag. Now, I'll carry a tote for work, but I won't carry around a tote, you know, just on a daily basis. A little bit, just right, just for me, you know. Now, if I'm just going to carry a few items, or now my travel bags, of course, I like those to have a smaller capacity because I do have a carry-on bag where I put other items in, so I don't need as big a bag. Okay, so that is one of the main features, is we want to have adequate space in the bag. Okay, last but not least, we want our bags to have pockets. Outside slip pockets are very convenient. Inside slip pockets are very convenient. Zipper pockets, very convenient. Pockets help to organize your items in the bag, okay? An outside slip pocket should be comfortable enough to hold your cell phone. Now, if it's a smaller bag, it may hold the cell phone sitting straight up and down. As long as it comfortably serves that perfect purpose, as long as the bag, the outside slip pocket comfortably serves the purpose of holding the cell phone, then I'm okay with that instead of sideways. But of course, my preference is for my cell phone to be held sideways. I'll use this same bag I used earlier. Several of my bags have outside slip pockets. This one has a slip pocket, and I'm going to get my cell phone case so that you can see, because I always film on my cell phone. So I'm going to slide that in there, and you can see that is an iPhone 13 Pro case. That pocket holds my bag. The slip pocket, outside slip pocket, holds my bag. Now, when I open the closure, which on this bag is a zipper closure, I open it up. There is an inside slip pocket. That's one thing I can say about Brunham. They think about the organization components. Okay? So this bag right here, unless you just want to protect the fabric on the inside, you wouldn't really need a bag organizer, because you can organize your items in the bag. Okay? Here's a inside zipper slip pocket. Here is an inside slip pocket. And I've got my stuff stored in here. So here is another zipper pocket on this side. So that is important, that you have pockets on the inside and on the outside. Now, if the bag itself is big enough, then of course not having a pocket on the outside may not be a deal breaker, but it sure is an asset. Okay, and I understand. I get it. Some bags probably wouldn't look right with an outside pocket on the outside. Some bags are of a certain elegance. They're of a certain style to where they look better without the outside zip pocket, okay? But for the most part, when you're making a bag that's practical for everyday use, this is a practical bag. It's pretty. It's got a beautiful color on it, but it's practical for everyday use. You need pockets. You need outside pockets. You need inside pockets. Now, on the outside, my preference would be just a slip pocket. But that's not a deal breaker, because guess what? I can always leave that outside pocket unzipped to meet my needs. Bag here. This is my Coach camera bag. And I'm going to put my cell phone case in the back here in this slip pocket. Okay. There you go. Convenient. Okay. Most people are getting their cell phone. They need to be convenient to get it in and out of the bag, so they won't have to open the bags. There you go again. Security, going back to closers, zippers. Open up the bag. On the inside, everything's secure. Let's go to the other zipper side. Got a zipper here. Got a zipper here. We got inside, we got a pocket. Pocket to put some items in. Okay? Very convenient. That helps with organizing your items in the bag. Okay? So pockets on the inside and pockets. So we want pockets on the inside, and we want pockets on the outside. Okay? This is the future content with Candace. When I filmed this video on yesterday, I can't believe I left off one of the best handbag features there is. Okay, I guess I might have left it off because I was thinking in terms of usage and practicality, but this also goes into the usage category. And those of you that watch my channel, Content with Candace, you already know what I'm going to mention, because I brag on it all the time. It's like, oh, a bag has what? What does a bag have that I always brag on? And that's feet. I hope the manufacturers of the handbags are listening on today. Please, any way possible, when you make a handbag, put some feet on that handbag. We want feet on our bags, you guys. If you are in agreement, type a comment down below. Say, I want feet. We want feet on our handbags. When we're out and about, let me just give you an example today. Went out today with my husband for lunch. I was carrying my handbag and it had no feet on it. And the table was okay. You can kind of tell that if some things got missed on the table a little bit. So I took out a sanitizing wipe and I cleaned down the table. But I also had to clean down a chair to sit my handbag in because, you know, when you sit things down in public places, you pick up everything. So you want to make sure the space is clean because every time you sit that bag down, you're picking up things and then it's building up on your handbag. And that also goes into the wear and tear of your handbag. So you don't want to be putting things down when you're out and about in public places. So I did pull out the disinfectant wipe and I cleaned down a chair to sit my handbag in because it didn't have feet. So I had to make sure the area was clean. Of course, not that I wouldn't make sure it was clean if it did have feet, but the feet serves a perfect purpose. It elevates that bag off the surface so that your leather, so that your canvases are not touching that direct surface. Now, if you had an all suede bag, oh, you definitely would want some feet on that bag. So please, let me show you an example of some handbags with feet. I'd rather pay more for a handbag with feet. Now, I don't know if it costs more for you to put feet on there, but this is what I'm talking about. This is feet. Okay? Put some feet on the bag. There's one thing I can say about Bronner. On a lot of their bags, they're going to have feet. And then also an outside slip pocket. Okay, going back to the pockets that we talked about earlier. So this video does contain 4 categories of features. This is the last category. I have to come back in and insert this category because it's a very important category. It's called feet. Put feet on my handbag. Okay, let me give you another example. Coach, this is my Coach tote. And I'm going to be honest. I hope you guys are hearing me. But I'm going to be honest. I bought this coat. You know why I bought this tote? Because it had a zipper closure. It had the features that I wanted. Okay? Let's not talk about, look at this adjustable strap. If you're a short or a tall lady, you've got an adjustable strap. But that's not even in my top 4 list. Okay? But it has a zipper closure, which secured my items. It has an outside pocket, which is a zipper pocket, but that's not a deal breaker for me because of the fact that, you know, I can keep this open if I want to slip my cell phone and have easy access to my cell phone on the outside of the bag. But not only that, I'm going to tell you the real reason. When I saw that this tote had feet, because with these big totes, you're not going to keep them on crossbody. You're not going to keep it on. You're going to want to sit it down somewhere. And you need feet. I don't like a tote without feet. I do have some without feet. I have a few. But I have my lighter totes that I pretty much keep on crossbody. And then when I get to my destination, I still have to wipe down an area to put it down. Then that's what I'll do. But look at those feet. Okay? Now, Coach has gotten real bad about not putting feet on the bag. Coach, we need you to put some feet on your bag. Okay? You know, of course, I'm going to still purchase. Encourage everybody out there to buy those things that you love and can't afford. You know, affordability is key. But we got to have some feet, people. I love feet on a bag. Oh my gosh, y'all. Let me show you another example. Put some feet on my bag. Don't cut the feet off. Whatever you do, I had to get one of my older Coach bags to show you the feet. Okay, here goes some more feet. Put those feet on there. And we want good, sturdy feet. We don't want cheap, flimsy feet. We need feet that's going to elevate that bag off the ground. Now, I understand that there are certain bags and there are certain size bags that are not applicable for feet. We get that. But if my bag is sizable enough and feet can go on there, I want them on there. Even if I have to charge me $10 more, whatever the cost is, I want it on there. Put those feet on there, because it's all about the details, people. The details, the zipper closures, the pockets. It's all about the details when it comes to the handbag. Put on some feet. Now, back to the video. In this video, we have discussed some of the best handbag features. Now, I'm not saying there aren't other bag features. Please, comment in the comment section. I know there's probably some things that I did not mention in this video, but we've talked today about closures. We've talked about space for contents, because you don't want to ever buy a bag that doesn't have adequate space for your contents. If you got to squeeze it in and bulge the bag out, then, and if it's not meeting your needs, guys, you need to get you a larger bag or downsize, if you can, some of those needs. So that just tells you right there that bag isn't for you if it's not meeting your needs. Okay, so we want good closures, we want space for our contents, and we want to make sure we have outside and inside slip pockets where it's appropriate. Of course, you know, some bags are more elegant and, you know, just might not be appropriate. But if the bag is large enough, I can still accommodate my needs inside the bag. Okay, so we want everything to be accessible so that we can meet our needs for our handbags. That's all I have today on handbag features. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.